It's so nice to see you.
Hang on, I think there's one more quest. We have one more quest. Nobody go anywhere. There is one more quest, apparently. There's a whole Visage Day quest line here with Chromie, apparently. What was your Visage Day like? Remember it like it was yesterday. I was so nervous I had no idea what kind of Visage form I was going to choose. I talked to dragons from all over Azeroth. It was helpful, but none of them spoke true to me. I realized that it was about how you see yourself. I don't see myself as a great warrior or hero or conqueror. I see myself as someone who wants to help build a brighter future for all of Azeroth. This just suits me. What's funny about that is the whole story for Chromie's Visage Day is a fantastic little read. Highly recommend looking into it if you want. Chromie's actually a male dragon, but they pick a female gnome as their Visage, and even Nosdorma's like, huh. And Chromie's reasons, it suits me. Fair. It was very wholesome. I liked it quite a bit.
Is this goodbye or hello?
Inspectio, over here. I just finished speaking with Emberthal. I'm not sure what, but something is bothering her. She's had lots of odd questions about Visage forms. Is she ready to choose one? How exciting. I think I saw her head over to the victorious Visage. You should check on her. Bet you could get her to spill the secret.
Good luck on your next adventure.
Alright, let's go bug Emberthal about Visage Day. These little side quests like this are always super wholesome and super fun. I like them. I didn't know this was here. This was a surprise. This is a little surprise. I was in Thresh. You haven't picked a Visage form yet. You still not feel ready? This is me. It has always been me. Why do I need another? I think you may be overthinking this, Emberthal.
I am ready to serve.
I take it Chromie sent you.
We will find out.
Perhaps Thresh is right. Still, if I'm to pick a Visage, I should at least give it some thought. I just do not fully understand the concept of Visage forms. I've heard that Visage is supposed to be one's own expression of self. How does one discover what that is? Do some of the individuals here in Veldraken hold the answers? Vexia, I need you to gather intel. I will remain here, report back your findings when you are finished. Speak with 9 Veldraken visitors in Veldraken.
Fair skies and strong winds.
Oh, go over here.
What brings you here?
This hair stuff is really fun. How'd you find your truest self? Did I find myself? Truly, my Visage feels like my realest self. Odd, isn't it? When I first claimed my Visage form, I knew immediately. I'm just able to be me. Not a soldier, not a Drakthir, just Talon. This hairstyle thing, it's to die for. You can change it up whenever you want, daily even.
May we all
This one gets me. This one gets me.
There is much to discover.
Feel ill at ease without my scales. How'd you find your truest self? I know my companion does not agree, but I find my Visage form inconvenient. Scales, teeth, wings, and tail. I feel so exposed without them. I'm a Drakthir. I'm in Visage, I cannot reach anything. My truest self is who I am, who I always present. There are advantages to a Visage, but none could capture my elegance or ferocity.
Farewell.
I like where this quest is going. So let us continue our trek around town here.
I sacrificed everything.
Oh, this guy's this is Night Elf or Death Knight Demon Hunter. I gave up what I must protect protect those I love. How'd you find your truest self? I am who I always was. My duty in life has remained the same, to protect those I hold dear to me. As a means to this end, I embraced the fell. I sacrificed my eyes, my soul. I let demonic energies warp my very being. Stalvin is still here. My family was not so understanding. They cannot see past the changes. In their eyes, their son passed long ago. They need not mourn. Can they not see I did this for them?
If we do not meet again, die well.
I found myself in undeath. I barely remember who I was in life. He seems like a different person now. This form is who I am now. I do not use the same name that I used while living. I've changed too much. I used to resent it. Truthful, I still do. I long for my beating heart. pine for the warmth of my blood. I hated myself, or at least that's what I thought. I did not hate myself. I resented my inability to choose. That right was stolen from me. I still dream of who I could have been. However, I realized that holding on to what I could have been would only continue to stifle who I am. It would not be my life, but that of a stranger.
There's work to be done.
Who's next to listen to? I didn't expect this to be more than just Drakthir would be talking to. Now I'm more intrigued. Oh, it's a couple of Worgen. Druid of the Scythe. The pack comes above all else. How'd you find your truest self? The definition of self is forever changing. If you asked me who I was before this curse, I would have said a fierce protector of my people. I would have gone to any lengths to ensure that they were safe, and I went too far. Yet after hundreds of years of mindless animal instinct, the me that you see now is not the one that once existed. The years I've lost. I found myself through the lens of humility, a druid that no longer seeks to fight, to teach future generations the danger of arrogance. Who am I now? A Worgen, the teacher. Despite it all, I am still Varden. I used to think I was only my human form. How could I be myself as some hairy mongrel? I refused to call myself a Worgen. Told myself it was nothing but a curse I never chose. But I dreamed of hunting, and smell the freshness of the forest breeze. I could no longer deny who I became. It was time for me to embrace it. I am Varden Coldridge. I'm a Worgen. I did not choose this, but I do accept it. Some more intel to get. We need more intel. Where are we going? Where is it sending us? Oh, back up into, back up to the main area? Oh, it's a Void Elf.
Question everything.
Void is part of all of us. How did you find your truest self? The constant battle to find myself every day. Many new Rendori are concerned about losing themselves when they first embrace the Void. Indeed, it can be a difficult task to decipher your own thoughts from the shadows. I can no more separate myself from the Void than a fish from water, but I no longer fear it. Yes, it has changed me, but when I look back on my former self, I see that the Void was always present. It has changed very little.
Do not fear the shadows.
Now where are we going? All the way up to the Emerald Enclave, huh? I'd honestly be really happy if this ends where Emberthal just decides that she's just gonna stay as she is, because that's who she is, and that's the point. I'd like that. I think that would be very, very tasteful.
Greetings.
Hella clean buff. Family's everything. How did you find your truest self? I view myself through the lens of my family. Xanda and I found Mova when she was an infant. Abandoned and helpless, we were her only hope. Looking back, before Mova, I had so many worries. So many meaningless and unimportant things that filled my days with stress. In motherhood, I have found serenity. Mova dwarfed all those worries. Eclipsed all the stress, she taught me what was truly important to me. My truest self is my family.
Goodbye.
Well, that's cool. A Pandaren and a Tauren raising a Knoll child. Okay, we're flying to that one because it's on the whole other side of the fucking. Got a 3-minute walk. There we go. Overcome by the passions Mr. Scribeson prose unleashed. Give them some air and they'll be up in no time to hear the climax. Organ Warp Chain.
What can I help you with?
There can be no brawn without brains. How'd you find your true self? I'm a warrior and a scholar. These two identities need not be mutually exclusive. I enjoy dusty tomes just as much as bloodied skulls. I used to hide this from my comrades. I feared they would not understand. This was not the case, however. My clan laughed at my hesitation, saying they knew all along about my secret reading hobby. Now I need not limit myself to Ogron the Warrior any longer. I am more than that.
Be safe.
Always wholesome when you go and you're like, you know, this is who I am and what it's about myself, and then all the people around you are like, well, at least you finally decided to say something about it, because thank God. And it's like, you guys knew? Like, who the fuck didn't? We just didn't say anything because we're respectful. You realize you got some real homies then. And so you got some real ones.
Let us begin.
Torture findings in Emberthal. You learned about identity. Identity is something you choose. Who taught you this lesson? Tell Emberthal about Nelthril, the Druid of the Scythe. Nelthril was certain his new identity could protect his people. So certain, in fact, that he risked not only his, but others' lives for it. Before the Druids of the Scythe were able to procure the Scythe of Elune when the pack form was incredibly dangerous, they lost themselves and became as animals. Happy that he has discovered himself again, strives to teach others so they may not make the same mistakes. However, careful consideration before making a permanent decision could have prevented him much strife. Do not feel kinship with this plight. Ask Emberthal what she plans to do.
Stay true.
Interesting. These are quite the varied answers.
Serve with honor.
Remain unsatisfied by these answers. It is fortunate that they know themselves, but I possess none of the qualities they espoused. Here I am now more unsure than ever. Excuse me, Spexia. Emberthal, wait. Oh. Alagos and Cinderthrush showed up.
Well met, friend.
Visage celebration requires a dragon's touch. What was Chromie's Visage Day like? Chromie came to me looking for guidance about her Visage form, unlike Emberthal is doing now. It was the first time I had met Chromie. It was a far cry from the confident, snappy gnome you're familiar with. She agonized over her decision, asking many different dragons why they had chosen the Visage they had. I told her the truth. I prefer to spend my time among mortals, and this form allows us to be equals, peers. We were all so very excited when it came time for the ceremony. I must admit, it was not what anyone was expecting, but it is uniquely Chromie. I think it suits her perfectly. Gather your rosebud.
Keep safe.
Emberthal was quite troubled. Reminds me of a certain bronze dragon when she chose her Visage form. Not to worry, once Emberthal is returned, we shall throw a proper Visage Day celebration. Fireworks are to match the color of the dragonflights. Each enclave of the city grows special flowers in accordance with that enclave's flight. 3 of each color should be enough to be for the first batch of fireworks. Okay?
All will be well.
I'm ready. What do you need?
Don't threaten me with a good time. Emberthal seems worried, but I'm sure she'll come back. When she does, she'll pick a Visage form. Chromie told us all about the celebrations dragons used to have for Visage Day. Kalagos and I are going to blow stuff up. Fireworks, mostly. We'll need some arcane residue to make them. Conveniently, there are some arcane elementals just outside the Gardens of Unity that are ripe for the harvest. The 3 of us have some other preparations to make here in Veldragon. Either harder arcane residue from the Volador Arcana and the
Have
Cascade.
your orders.
Okay, off we go. We have things to collect. And for the big giant glowing flowers. One right here. Probably think go to the other side of town for the bronze and emerald ones because they're on the other 2 rises. This way to find the ruby one. Obsidian Iris, Azure Lilies, Time Touch Daisies, the Ruby Blossoms, and the Viridian Blooms. I'm surprised that all the Veldraken citizens still show all their how disgruntled they are after you do the quest for the quelling the rebellion. Three of these. We're gonna blow stuff up. Fireworks, mostly. I didn't expect a fun little Visage Day quest. Get a little bit of Chromie story. Get some more stuff with Emberthal and the Drakthir. I like how they've kind of built them out and didn't just kind of like, we're gonna drop them in here and then not touch it. Because it kind of felt like that when they added in a bunch of the allied races. They kind of just, and then there they are. It's like, but we didn't really get a lot with it to explain how they like integrate into society. They did that with the Drakthir, and I really like that.
Plant our banners to mark what the
I wonder if this quest would have a
has discovered.
I wonder if this quest would have a unique set of dialogue with the if you're playing as a Drakthir. Oh, this seems to be the place. Oh hey, the heavy lifting champion guy's here.
Everywhere I look, I see something that needs cataloging. While I'm busy here, do you think you can document along the river?
Where are the things we need to... Huh. It seems like it should be right here. The oldest dragonfly. Nope. Here. Huh. Did I miss a step? Unless this quest is bugged? Oh no, they're there. It just took a second to load up, apparently.
I must get closer.
I wonder if that's like a thing that's currently a problem, is spawn rates are a little low. Huh. I wonder if something's a little busted with the way things spawn in.
I am out of range. I need to target something first. I require a target. Too far away.
You know, I'm so used to now having the mage where I can hit from a million miles away that not being able to hit at all on my paladin kind of sucks. Now I'm very limited on how far of a distance I can cover.
I must get closer.
Oh, the Dream Surge is active out here.
It is not ready. That item is still recharging.
Now they're respawning again.
It is not ready yet. That item is still recharging.
There we go. Alright, that worked out. Used to playing the mage earlier, now it's like, oh. Back to the tree.
Here to spa?
These volatile elementals make the perfect base for fireworks. Now we're talking.
It's good to see you again. Together, we
Thank you,
can
Specs, and this
achieve
should be
anything.
sufficient.
Come back soon. How can I help?
I worry about Emberthal. Her mood has grown increasingly dark. By sticking to citizens of the city, she is looking for ways she is similar to them, instead of what makes her unique. Perhaps a broader sample size is in order? She needs stories to guide her. Many such individuals with stories to tell in the Dragon Isles. Go and speak with them. Would that I could go myself, but the duties of a scale commander never rest. Be with 8 residents of the Dragon Isles and listen to their stories.
Quick return.
Where's it heading? Where's it sending us first? Is that gonna be... Oh, you know what? I'll bet you this is the serpent person. Sethrak, I think they're called? Yeah.
The keepers gave us thought.
The Refty, that's it. What makes you who you are? Serving Mara has always been my most honored duty. I was built to serve this role. I have never found it to be uncomfortable or ill-fitting. I take pride in my service. All of Lady Mara's Refty do. There's great comfort in knowing with certainty what one's purpose is. If they're not, that is who I am. This is who I am. All I can think of now is the Shadow of the Hedgehog. The, like, various different endings. This is who I am. That game is very silly. See who all the see who all these characters are that we get to go meet. I was gonna call it a night earlier, but hey, we found this little quest chain. It's very wholesome. Where are we going? Oh, I remember these guys. This is one of the side quests over here. Yeah, the ecologists.
The Isles have awakened.
What makes you who you are? That's quite the question. Ishka pauses to think for a moment. Well, before I met Taru, I was even slower to act than I am now. I've always preferred to wait and see and take a measured approach. That hasn't changed, but Taru has helped me come to my hesitant shell, so to speak. He respects who I am, but also compliments it. I'm half of both our whole.
For dragonkind.
I've always been sure of myself. Ask Ishka. He described me as rash, bold, and impulsive. He's not wrong. Naru laughs. But I think being with Ishka has balanced me out. We're more opposite than 2 dragon spawn can be, and I feel more complete with him by my side. Our differences highlight what makes us unique.
Aspects watch over you.
Where's our next spot then? We're gonna go see a bunch of like the side quest characters. That's kind of neat though. I like that. Almost like a victory lap of all the side questing we did. Imagine we're heading into the Sonoran Plains next. Oh yeah. These two. Remember
This
them.
is sacred land.
Greetings, friend. Makes you who you are. A large part of who I am stems from love from Narman. Oh yes, there was much grumbling and stamping of hooves on behalf of Elder Odegrel. It is true, we skipped many ceremonies and traditions, but our love was true and we knew it was time. I'm grateful that our clans agree.
Where will the wind take you?
I devoted my life to the hunt. That time has come for me to devote myself to another. I only hope that I am as capable a partner as I am a hunter. My clan's tradition dictates that I was to marry a master hunter, worthy of being at my side. The moment I met Dawa, I knew that could not be the case. Tradition is important, yes. Being part of Clan Shikar is a big part of who I am. But it is not all of it. I instead chose to follow my heart. I am fortunate that Saran Khan saw that I was true.
Heed your blind spots.
The wholesome gay centaurs. I like this. This quest is nice. I've really liked that throughout this expansion they've doubled down on representation in the game, and it's nice because it normalizes it. You see it just as like, oh, these are characters in the game that are like that, and it just makes it normal for everybody. That's the way you deal with it. Put the shit in there and it's like, oh, they're just like that. Like, that's just who these people are. It's good. It's wholesome. I like it.
Free our friends before their meal.
Who are we talking to here? Oh, you know what? I'll bet you this is... Ah! The main squeeze. Forgot there's a bar down here. Hey, how'd you get in here? 4 legs only. Out! Oh, I remember them.
Be respectful.
This was the scout we helped Professor Love to the Triad. But Santoon grins happily. Thanks again for all your help. What makes you who you are? Hello, Spexia. Triads and centaurs might look like they're similar, but we're very different. But who says opposites don't attract? Many of my clan consider any time spent with a dryad as wasted, better spent elsewhere. That there's no way a dryad can focus for long enough on anything that's not the gardens. Maybe that's the case, but I'm still drawn to them. Just my nature, I suppose. Many thanks for helping me out.
Goodbye.
Rena smirks slyly. She seems rather pleased with the situation. I forgot the silly, silly main squeeze for the mingling singles.
Ours is a solemn
Buddy convinced me to come here with him, but when they wouldn't let me in, he went in without me. I'm looking for love too, you know.
Go inside. You dare to steal from my crucibles?
Hello, Farak.
I am coming for you, little worms. You will perish in flames.
Oh, he's gotta spoil the whole thing, huh? Archdruid Tamakos? Mel Oakraven.
Can I assist you?
Oh. It's Waywatcher Alfie.
Ours is a solemn
Good to see you,
burden.
friend. Just started on my latest work. Good feeling about this one. Mori says she will hang it back up at Gelkir if it's up to snuff. What makes you who you are? At some level, I've always known my path was to be an artist. Simply did not fit the mold of the Waywatcher. I'm much happier now that I've accepted it, instead of trying to force myself to be something I'm not. It's a strange sort of peace to finally stop fighting it. Except that sometimes you must defy others' expectations of you.
Victory in all your battles.
Oh, there's a ceiling there. Power. Into the azure span. Farok's just burning a path across the plains. He does that. This is who I am. Blah, just burns the whole world. No, Farok, that one you can't do that. That's not okay. Is this gonna be this is gonna be Monarch, right? Yep, Noel Monarch. You make okay, Noel, a better friend. They look over your shoulder. Other friend's hungry though. Run. What makes you who you are? Me not like other Noels. Me first Noel Monarch. Other Noels not make friends. Me like having friend. No want change. This is a solid quest. I like the little quests like this have been very good this expansion. They're human. Like that's the quest. The quests are human. That's what makes them good. It adds depth to these characters that are just quest NPCs. Like, no, they're more than that. There he is, still doing his thing. His entourage. I like that this goes back though and sees a bunch of the side quests that we did. That's a fun little victory lap too. I like this. Emberthal's back. Oh, I was like, we're missing people here.
There is much to be done. I am proud.
Thank you, Spexia. These do not help Emberthal. I do not think anything can.
Be careful not to
personal tap
anything.
I have decided not to choose a Visage at all. Do not need one. Actually, the stories you brought me weren't about finding yourself. They were about accepting yourself. This is who I am. It is enough. Emberthal, I'm relieved to hear it. Does this mean the celebration's off the table? Not if I have anything to do about it.
Why, hello.
I'm sure they'll drag through their own Visage Day celebration. Keeping a close tabard.
Must be preserved.
Wow. That's a super nifty tabard. It's all yours to customize however you want. This should be able to help you bring your designs to life. Go ahead and pay your visit to get started.
Take care of yourself out there.
There's a new character over here. Tessa the personal tabard
Only
design.
the finest goods.
Add some personal flair to your wardrobe. I'd like to customize my personal tabard. Oh, that's neat. So you have your own little, kind of like how the guild tabard is set up, but now you can just have your own tabard. It's still the same, like, really basic setup, but that's really cool that you can just kind of make your own thing with it. That's a neat little reward for that.
Thank you for browsing.
That's cool. I liked that.
Looking for wares?
Very wholesome quest with a fun little
A
reward.
pleasure doing business.
They have to help you design your personal tabard.
Will that be all?
Oh, that's fun. I like how that ends too, because it's not about, oh, you need to look this way or anything. No, the whole quest's point is being okay with who you are, and that's the whole point. I like that. Very wholesome little quest. 10 out of 10. Solid job, Blizzard. Good job. Good little patch. Well,